This is starting our live recording. Welcome, everybody, and let's see who the first person is to jump on board. Off air, the boys were talking welders.
Yes, sir.
Because that's kind of a deal now. Got a weld.
I was using my welder today. I was doing some framework.
What's up, Mike? Thanks for being consistent. And there's my boy Troy. What's happening? How's your hand, man? Don't go breaking it again. What's up, Jason? What's up, Mark? Is that a red LJ? Am I seeing that? Neil. What's up, Dave? How's it going? Happy Sunday to you all.
Ocean City, Maryland Jeep Week is coming up. Anybody heading down? We are not, unfortunately.
That's the weekend we're in Tennessee, right? Yeah.
It's dual voltage, too.
Yeah, it is.
What Tennessee is?
Yeah.
No, this
I
welder.
think they've got 110 and 220.
In Tennessee?
Yeah, 210.
I thought it was just 220.
220 for the
240.
dryers because they have to have them outside their houses.
It's 25 pounds, too. It's super
That's
lightweight.
Super light. So, comes with MIG torch, comes with
TIG.
gas. So, you can use gas with it.
Right.
Does it have a regulator for the... Yep, regulator. That's an air regulator, though.
Yeah, I mean...
It says 8-foot gas hose with 5/8 18 connector.
What's up, John?
8-foot air hose, 13-foot cutting torch line.
Kristen, Will?
The consumable packs is the TIG welding torch consumables, the plasma cutting torch consumables, and the MIG welding torch consumables.
Yeah, I wonder if you can only do flux, though, with it. That's what I'm trying to figure out.
No, you can do
Can you do
MIG.
Well, MIG can be flux. You know what I mean?
No, it says MIG and flux, like with gas.
What's up, Scott? Yeah,
FCAW welding.
welder today, I don't know that that's going to be the full topic, but it definitely was the springboard for a little bit of the topic tonight.
I like it. I'm in.
I want to buy one.
Don't say anything on air until they give us a free one.
I know. I don't know. So it's called the Firstest MP200.
Shh. We're not promoting it until they give us a free one.
Well, that's what we're talking about. We got to talk about it for them to know what we're talking
That's
about.
right.
For them
We'll
to see
send them
it.
an email and tell them we want
Yeah, Dave, he's supporting the colors over there with the pipe shirt.
Yep. We
Yeah.
gotta work. We gotta figure that out. Maybe we can use the MP200 on a. So I'm thinking
roll cage for my Jeep.
No, I'm thinking welding up a turbo manifold.
Always about his Jeep. Fucking A. Can I ever get some parts on mine?
Can you get something?
Go buy the steel and we'll do it.
What, a turbo? I don't want a fucking turbo.
No, the steel for your roll cage.
Wait a minute. I don't know. I'm going to put it up for sale. I don't want it anymore. I'm miserable tonight.
Just park it in the back.
I need a new project.
You didn't drive it tonight, right?
No.
You have the Honda.
No, it's
Yeah.
the Honda. Yep.
Yeah. Dave, you get me a shirt in size tent, and I'll be happy to wear it on air, too.
So I think it's pretty cool.
Dude, I think I'm not sure what is going on. I think we had to turn up all the... That's a good point, because we had to change everything for all the outdoor video we've been doing. I'm going to see if I can change that. That's a good...
Oh, it's way washed out.
Yeah, way. Yeah, remember we had to change all this for outdoor settings. There we go. We're getting closer here.
Where's this company out of? That's U.S. Wow.
There we go. John,
Yeah.
thanks for pointing that out to us. Yeah, I don't even think about. So, I mean, we were setting up the studio literally as 10 minutes ago.
Yeah.
As late as 10 minutes ago, because everything was still in boxes and packed up from. Where were we last time? PA Jeeps.
All breeds.
Yeah, all breeds. Which is a good time. Good time was had by all. It was, but yeah. So I didn't change any of the settings. I literally just plugged it in and hoped to get up and running well enough.
Gotcha.
So we'll give a minute for everybody else to get on here. If you don't mind sharing it out, let's try to get as many people on as we can tonight. That'd be awesome. We've got a good crowd building so far. I'm going to try to do a better job of recognizing people, even when we're on air. Jason, it's good that you had a good time. I know you'd been kind of down and out about Jeep stuff. I don't know. Did you have stuff stolen while you were there? Did any of that get replaced?
Mm-hmm.
Or I think Jason had some stuff stolen,
Oh, jeez.
like stuff he had gotten, some swag there.
Yeah.
Yo, what's up, my Mainer? Kenny, I definitely want to head up to Maine at some point, and I think we that paint thinner. Oh, I'm not sure. Ooh, these youngsters might would like that paint thinner, but I don't need another drink of that paint thinner. Scott, that was rough. But it was good. So I definitely want to head up and see some people up in Maine. Ricardo, how's it going, man? It's good to see you. And at PA
I'm
Aubrey.
still trying to figure out Great Smoky Mountain.
Yeah,
And I'd like to have a co-pilot in the truck.
in the truck.
Yeah.
Oh, so that means somebody's got a free seat
Yeah.
to go down. You might have to come up with your own housing. I don't know. I can't speak for the person that's housing us.
Mm-hmm.
But we are looking for somebody that
An intern.
an intern, if you will, so they can help with some
Yeah.
of the
5 days
nonsense that we're going to be going
of
through.
hardcore stuff. I mean, I don't think Troy would have a problem with camping out in his backyard.
No, not at all. Not at all.
Troy, can we camp out in your backyard? I'll bring my own tent and stuff.
Nate, I think the conversation earlier was about a welder, and I think that's where that all came up. Nate, good to see you on here. What do you think? Give a couple more minutes, let everybody share it out, and
What was I using, Jason Weber?
yeah.
A cool welder.
All right, Troy says in for
the MP200.
for people sleeping out in his yard.
5N1.
We're just going to call it like a miniature Woodstock.
Okay, that's fine.
So, yeah, Jeep Life Podcast meet and greet in Troy's front yard.
So if you would like to go and sit in the car for a very long time, and then sit some more in a buggy,
And if you're
and then sit some more.
if your shirt size happens to be in one of the 2 leftover shirts that we have, you can have one
exactly.
of those. But yeah,
I don't want to drive all the way down there without having somebody, another set of eyes in the truck.
Why?
and-
Why?
Why?
That is alone time.
no, right? I'm
It's not alone time
I'm
for
looking
me.
forward. Actually, I think Lexi wants to go down with us. So
Oh, okay.
maybe I can throw her in your seat. There we go. You'd have to listen to her. We do all the way to DC and back. We listen to nothing but country music. You'll be proud.
I'd be cool with that.
You'll be proud. It was all at her behest. It was good.
Where's
It
that
was a good time.
influence coming from?
I don't know.
Not
I don't
me.
know. But she had a fifth of Jack Daniels in her hand the other day and smoking 2 packs of cigarettes. I'm
Jeez
like,
Louise.
No more hanging out with Don and Billy, that's for sure.
Oh God.
Jumping off second-story balconies into
Yeah.
pools.
She was trying to at the hotel. She's like, where's the balcony on this place? I need to make it to the pool.
It's awesome.
We actually didn't do that.
Nope. We behaved ourselves.
Somewhat.
I,
We thought about it.
I was going to say,
We
the
did-
wheels
we-
were already in
They
motion.
were, but we didn't.
Hola, hola. Hola, hola.
But yeah, we're let's build up a couple more people and let's hit this roll button. I don't know where the
I think
roll
we should
button
just hit
is.
the roll button.
Should we hit the roll button?
Yeah.
All right. We're going to hit that roll button.
Holy crap. Troy must be rich. He's got multiple sofas.
Wow.
All right. All right, here we go. Actually, before we go on,
What?
I want to talk about some of our partners. We always do this at the wrong times.
I'm bad at that.
I
You're
know.
better at that.
Am I?
Yeah.
All right. So interject as need be. We got to spend the weekend with Armorlight again, and Armorlight's given us a discount
You
code.
did.
Yeah, well, well, my Jeep did. It wasn't
Yeah.
so much me. Arborlight has given us a discount code of Jeep Life Podcast 10 when you're ordering that full system on their website at goarmorlight.com. Fantastic people there. Just I can't say enough good things about them and their product. It's Don, have you put yours in yet?
No,
Scott just put his
Scott
in,
just put his in, and
and it looks awesome.
it does. I mean, he was doing a few other things, so he
It
took
really
the long way.
complements what he does too.
It does. It makes that off-roading machine. I mean, overlanding rig
Exactly.
a little more solid
Yeah.
and quieter even.
Oh, I bet.
But he took out his seats to do it.
I would like to know his opinion on the noise level and the
Yeah, yeah.
temperature level to see
Yeah.
if he notices anything different.
It's funny because I very much noticed the difference
Yeah.
even on the drive down to DC.
Right.
I can notice the difference, and we had the top down and windows open, but it was different. Another awesome partner of ours is Power Tank. And if you go to their website, powertank.com, and order any complete system there, using the Jeep Life Pod 15 as your code, 15% off of.
I'm still looking into a hot shot system
Oh,
or
yeah.
something like that for the buggy. Like a
Yeah.
small bottle as with a manual air switch for lockers.
I want one of the Pro Eagle setups and use
Yeah, they're cool.
a little hot shot for that.
Mhm.
So that's cool. Power Tank, what an awesome company, awesome product. Pipes, our friends over at Pipes has given us a free shipping code, and they use the Jeep Life as your code. And man, I got to tell you, I love the sound of my Jeep when that hits. It definitely it's got a nice little rumble to it.
Yeah. That 3,500 RPMs range.
Yeah, right. It's
Really
it really
goes
gives
in.
it up. Yeah.
Mhm.
But even just at idle, I stepped out of my Jeep and had it on idle, and I came back, and it was like, man, I kind of like the way that sounds.
does sound good.
It doesn't sound like a
I think I'm
minivan.
switching out.
Yeah, yours is a little rowdy.
Yeah, mine's loud. It's a little too loud.
It is. But
Mine got-
it's
mine got
beefy.
real rowdy.
Yeah. Yeah. What happens when you don't have anything between the engine and the open end of the exhaust?
Yeah, there is literally there's nothing because the cats I think are gone because the last motor blew them out.
Oh, yeah.
And yeah,
Yeah, just literally
Just-
straight pipes off the headers. It's
It's just headers.
This noise. We're going to talk a little bit later about treadlightly.org, but they're giving 50% off of their $50 and
I'm a new
$100
Tread Light
memberships.
member.
I know I
Finally.
want to talk about that when we get there. Now, I will tell you this: the sign up process is a little bit tricky, as Don.
I got it right away. No problem.
No
there.
problem. But if
Sure
you go
about
to our show notes, it walks you through the steps on that. It is a little dicey, but man, what a great organization! And
did you write some instructions?
there are a little bit of instructions on there. If you happen to skip one word, it throws everything off.
It does. Big time.
Big time. But they're a great organization. We're happy to have them as a partner. Rockslide Engineering has a discount code for our listeners, and I need to order one of those tailgate tables that they have, and their discount code is JeepLife10, and you get 10% off of things at their website. So our appreciation goes to our partners, and we certainly couldn't do what we do without their help and looking for more. So if you have somebody that's looking for a podcast to partner with and or sponsor, we'd love to have that conversation. And who knows, there might even be a finder's fee involved in that if you help us out. But here we go. We're going to hit that button and take it down. Well, hello and welcome to the Jeep Life Podcast. We're the podcast where we celebrate that Jeep life and everything that happens to go about it. And I, for one, man, really got to celebrate in such a beautiful day yesterday, having that top down. And it's top down, top off, whatever you happen to celebrate, we're here to do that with you. And I'm joined, as always, by my amazing co-hosts.
Yo.
And that on the mic, spinning it, is Mr. Bill. How you doing, buddy?
I'm all right. I'm a little tired.
I was going to say, you've been doing...
I've been traveling, going, this and that, and today I cut 7 inches of frame rail out of the buggy.
Yeah, you were showing me that earlier. I was like, when do you have time? Do you ever sleep?
I know.
No, so it's all Jeeps all the time. You just got back from the shore.
Yeah, I was at the shore for a little bit, and then,
Yeah, good times. Good times.
Mm-hmm.
Well, welcome back, and
thanks, man.
maybe try to get some rest between now and tomorrow.
Yep.
Maybe.
Inside of the eyelids.
Depending on how the show goes tonight.
Yep.
And directly across the table, I'm going to have to wake him up, nudge him a little bit. Is my good friend Don.
Man. I'm shopping for some rock slide engineering tables. Tailgate tables.
I was going to say, it's Jeep shopping
GP
time.
Factor. What's that?
GP Factor.
I'll have to check that one out.
Yeah, I like...
Sorry, rock slide. I
don't know. I like that 2-tier table, though.
I do like the 2-tier.
The 2-tier is nice.
I don't know. Maybe it sounds like there needs to be a comparison video.
I'm looking. Hold on. What,
I think you might be right.
Benefits of everything.
Because I mean, GP Factor. If I'm inside the Jeep, and or inside the back end of my Gladiator, building out an overlanding rig, then I'm definitely looking at that GP Factor hardcore.
GP Factor makes stuff that is like compatible with AluCab.
Yeah,
mm-hmm.
Yep, exactly. But that
I talked to their
guy.
Yeah, their guy. I think his name's AJ.
Yeah,
and I think
AJ.
he's the owner.
Yeah, he's isn't he the guy we interviewed in the gym, son? Or I don't know. There's a relationship with OK, right?
Yep.
But yeah, and we got to spend some time with them, and actually invited to.
And Jeep, down at Jeep Invasion to take one of their rigs camping for a night.
Yeah, that's a dumbass idea. Hand the 2 of us or 3 of us a set of keys. Oh my god. But no, it's good, and it's good to have you guys in. And Don, if you see anything over there,
so GP Factor stuff is pretty badass, but I'm still digging the rock slide engineering because of that 2-tier table like you do.
Yeah,
and you can flip that top part up, like if you need more open space.
Yeah.
And I like the way it looks hanging on the back of the tailgate.
Yeah, and I'll have to sticker it up because
you could on the bottom.
Yeah,
like it's a flat surface.
Yeah,
so I don't.
I'm with you.
Like GP has some really cool stuff. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, for everything else, I'm in that
like there's a canopy camper fitment kit for Dickinson P9000. It's a heater.
Yeah, for
your camper.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty cool.
That's awesome. So we got to spend some time in PA Jeeps, and we did several lives from there, including a full episode. So that was a good time had by all. But this week it's been kind of light on the Jeep side for me. But I know, Don, you became a member of Tread Lightly.
Yes, I did.
So, Matt, if you're listening, Don's now a member?
I am the newest, not the newest, but I'm
one of the
One of the
about
newest.
12:01 a.m. when I signed up, I was the newest.
At that
Tread
moment.
Lightly family member.
That's
Yep.
right.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, it's such a great organization.
It's awesome.
You have such a strong Boy Scout background.
I do.
And
Yep, I was an Eagle Scout.
It aligns with that.
Same here, man.
Yeah, you were too.
Completely, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
No, not were. Still is.
Still is. That's right. You're always
once
an Eagle.
one and always.
Yep, that's very true. No, I it's funny because I was going through like their kids stuff, just because of the teacher. I mean, I was just curious and having kids, and so a lot of the things that they mention in there is very, very similar, if not the same as what we talk about in Boy Scouts. So it
almost lines up with the environmental merit badge.
It does, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, so there's a lot of key rules in scouting.
The main
what is the one for? Help me out. I don't remember anymore.
leave things better than you found them.
Well, no, for
Leave-
scout, it's leave nothing
Leave no
behind.
trace.
Leave no
Leave no
trace.
trace,
That's
yeah.
what it is.
Yep.
So it really does line up, and the resources that they have on that website are
Yeah.
incredible.
Yep.
So it's the first time I really got to sit down and just I just go with the family a lot and haven't
Yeah.
had time, and I forced myself the other night to just sit down and do it, and it's awesome. So and again, like you said, they're awesome people.
Well, and our friend of the pod, Scott, just became a tread trainer. So it'd be interesting to see what he can do to bring, tread lightly more to the East Coast.
It's a lot of tire.
So he'll emotionally abuse people until they join.
That's right. There's just nothing like that. But they're also a huge partner with Quadratech, and
Yep, I got one of their bags, man.
yeah,
Yeah,
you're
those
welcome.
are cool.
Super awesome.
You're welcome, by the way.
I know. Thanks.
But
Well,
no,
it's the first bag that'll actually work on the back of the buggy.
I know. It basically what they've done is they partner with Quadratech and they put together these bags, and it's more donation for Tread Lightly than anything, and it's such a great little
How much
trash
are
bag
they?
that you put in the
I
bag.
think $20-$25.
Something
Wow,
like that.
that's
it's
cheap.
a very minimal amount, and I don't know. So I'm not going to quote it off the top of my head, but it's very minimal, and it's made of great material. Has both logos on it. So I would go to Quadratech or Tread Lightly's
To
website.
help promote Tread Lightly, for every $100 we get donated, Billy will ride in that sack on the back of his buggy while I
Right.
wheel.
While you drive.
Yeah.
No.
I'm all for
I don't
that.
think that would hold me.
Well, we're gonna try,
Well,
and if not, I got another one.
Oh, do you imagine the video hits we get out of that?
It would be viral.
It would definitely
No,
be
it wouldn't.
viral.
No.
Oh yeah.
I don't think so.
Like a kangaroo.
I think
Sticking his head out the top of the bag.
I love it. It has to be tried now. It's got to be tried.
I think so.
If we don't try it, we're failures. But it's great to hear that. I joined even right. I had literally joined before we had Matt on the show. Dumbass me could have saved some money, but
you a dumbass.
but
I'm a dumbass.
I think that's
We a
some of the best
dumbass.
money I've spent just because
Yeah.
I know the organization and they're going to take care of our resources.
Absolutely, and I think for me, again, I completely believe in what they're doing.
Yeah.
I love the outdoors. I really, really, truly do. Call me a tree hugger, whatever you want. Like I said, I got a conflicted personality. Half of me wants to be out doing burnouts in front of Billy's house. The other half wants to be driving my Prius up to the woods. And,
Missed it on Friday night.
So
My buddy was doing burnouts out front. Dead
Oh, was
serious.
he really?
yeah, nice.
Mm-hmm.
So I just, in all seriousness, it's beyond our resources. I want my kids to grow up and be able to enjoy, all this beautiful nature we're
Yeah.
surrounded with.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. And we are in the off-roading industry and we drive the anti-Prius, right?
Yeah.
But I think we can do our part to impact the environment as little as we can when we're out there, and especially cleaning up. And I know we make a
Yeah.
point of it wherever we're out.
Yeah. I mean, really, when you think about it, though, Jeeps are not that bad given what they are. I mean, it's a mid-size SUV,
Yeah.
and I'm getting 18.5 miles at a gallon.
Yeah.
It's not that bad.
Yeah, and the engineers
Yeah.
have done a nice job to keep the
They're
emissions
clean,
down.
yeah, they're really clean, and it's not a horrible vehicle, but
there are worse out there.
there are, and that's
A
what I'm
lot
getting
worse.
at. But anyway, nonetheless, I agree with you. I dig the whole tread lightly lifestyle.
Yeah.
I'm in.
Well, I think about the bags that they have, and they're made out of very similar materials to a sunshade. And I'm going to talk a little bit about a Dirty Dog sunshade that somebody came up and gave it to me in Carlisle. I have to say Carlisle because I was going to say York. And wanted me to try it out. And I think I tried out this real early on when we were starting the show.
Yes.
I had tried one out.
Oh yeah, I remember. Was that the same brand?
Yeah, same brand,
yeah,
everything.
Okay. All right.
And the installation was exactly the same. But I remember at that point getting in, and I don't even think I drove more than 20 minutes with it, and was just like, I feel like this stifles the feeling, the feeling of freedom. But I wanted to take a different look at it this time, and I had Lexi do the install for me, because I wanted to watch what she did and how she installed it to kind of, see if there's feedback that I needed to give, because if a 14-year-old can install it, then
most likely, Billy and I could.
Most other people could.
I don't think I could.
But I am talking about the Dirty Dog sunshade, and I do have the JKU, and put it on the front portion of it, and we went on a little mini vacation, and we drove with the top down the whole time. And when we first got in, both of us were like, I'm not sure I really like this, because it kind of takes a little bit of the enjoyment out. We've been on the road for an hour, and the sun was directly over us, and we were both comfortable.
Yeah.
We were able to have conversation and listen to music because it cut down the wind noise.
Yeah. Yep.
It was actually, I was super happy to have that. So the whole time we could feel like we were having the top down,
Right.
and being comfortable.
See, I think I'd enjoy it. I don't. So lately, like this summer, every time I have the top down and it's hot midday, like I just don't like that sun beating down on me. That what I like it in the fall and the spring, but
Yeah.
So it cools you down a little bit, gets the sun kind of off of you, and
Yeah, so I left it on there, and when we went to DC, and by the time we got to DC, the sun was pretty bright. There wasn't any shade along the freeway, whatever. We went across the Bay Bridge, but both of us didn't feel exhausted from just having the sun on us the whole time. So it was kind of nice to have that. I will say that looking out the roof like I normally do when I'm in a city looking up, some of the view was obscured, especially the lower angle. Looking straight up, it was fine, but some of the lower angle was obscured a little bit because it changes the angle of everything. But it was nice to have it above. Now, the second night we were there, we knew it was going to rain overnight. I was able to put the top up with it still on.
yeah, that's right. I remember you can do that.
Right? So I had to unfasten the two button snaps
Mhm.
that go into the footman loop in the front, and it takes a little bit more effort to get the cantilever hinges down to hook into the footman's loops, but it was fairly easy to do. I left it on. It didn't change the way I felt about the roof with it on. I don't know that it made it any quieter or less quieter, or if it made an impact, but it didn't bother me having it on.
You got a twill on there. They're pretty quiet.
Right, it's pretty quiet.
Right.
But then yesterday, driving around with a family, because it was a beautiful day to be driving, it was nice to have.
Right.
And I think I'm going to leave it on, and I think it's kind of earned a place on my Jeep.
Yeah.
And there are times where the install is easy enough that if I want to take it off, I can.
So I think next year, one of the things, like if I can pick up another Jeep, like I'm thinking about buying another one.
Yeah.
Not nothing expensive. I get a Commander or something. But I think what I want to do is put half doors on it and just something like that in the roof, and that's it, done.
Yeah, on the JK.
Yeah.
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 That's a thing for the future, but I definitely am looking at half doors or
Right.
some sort of corridors.
Right.
They're expensive.
Yeah, but at some point, I'm just going to bite the bullet because I like them enough to where I think it's
hear you.
something I want, or my next Jeep will have half doors.
Right.
One of the two,
Right.
whichever one. But the Dirty Dog Sunshade, I'm going to give it a thumb up. I didn't think I was going to, and it's nice. So what we have on the table is the JL. It's the front for a 2-door, or if you have a 4-door, just put the front on, and we're going to give that away to one of our listeners. So if you have a JL and you want a Dirty Dog Sunshade,
I think we got to come up with something.
ready to put on. Oh, they've offered to give away others, so we'll make it a party.
Cool.
But this one, just email me.
Who has a JL? First person to email Terry that has a JL right now gets
You don't
this.
have a JL.
2-door.
You have a 2-door JL?
Mm-hmm.
What'd you just buy?
Father-in-law does.
All right.
Well, he's got to email the
That's right.
podcast.
Wow.
First
his
person.
is great. I don't think Red's gonna.
Yeah, but
All
right.
first one does.
I'm looking.
info@jeeplifepodcast.com. You can have that. It'll be yours. But we appreciate that. And Dirty Dog.
Shipping and handling not included.
I don't know. It depends. If we're shipping it to Siberia, then probably not. But if continental United States,
So I'm searching.
maybe we'll help it out. But our thanks to Dirty Dog for providing that for us. Also, you can find all of their stuff, and they've got quite a bit of stuff, and it's pretty awesome over on Quadratech's website. Just go there and search up Dirty Dog and find all your stuff at Quadratech for that. That's just the easiest place to find it. Cool. So our thanks to them for supplying that. And Billy, time to wake up, as it's events time.
What?
It's events time.
Oh.
We're knocking out events, so our events is not going to be nearly as long this time.
We are knocking out events.
All right, where are we going next?
I think we are headed to the Great Smoky Mountain Jeep Invasion, possibly. I don't know. Wah!
Yeah, we're
in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee.
That's it. That's
August
where we're headed.
26th to the 28th. That's a lot of event stuff going on there.
Yeah.
Looking forward to it. I don't know what we're doing yet.
It's still not.
It's still up in the
confirmed.
air.
I know for certain that we have press passes for us
Yes.
to attend. I don't know that we have a booth
Okay.
like we have in the past.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of looking forward to that.
I think it'd be nice to just kind of walk around.
Yeah.
More
and be able
live
to,
stuff.
More live stuff, more content, I think.
Yeah. And then there's the 2021 prom ride at AOAA, hosted by Girls Play at AOAA and EJA. Whoa, that's a lot of A's.
A lot of A's. A lot of A's.
August 28th, and that should be a really good event going on up there. It's a prom ride, so wear your prom dress and go wheeling. It benefits the Shamokin School District, which is awesome up there.
Yep.
And then also we have the New Jersey Jeep Invasion Fall Invasion, October 2nd and 3rd. And wow, they have such a lineup coming up for that. It's going to be half at the Ocean City Boardwalk, and then the other half is going to be at the Cape May Naval Academy. Or not
Air
Naval
Station.
Air Station, sorry guys.
And I think it's Saturday is at the air station and Sunday is at the boardwalk.
Yep.
Of that. Tremendous. We went to the air station last year.
And we did Boo at the Zoo, too.
Oh, right. And that's awesome. And they've got that coming up as well.
Yeah.
Which is a separate event. Yep. Yeah, so that's an exciting lineup. I know we had one topic in mind.
It kind of morphed.
And it kind of morphed, and then it morphed again, and then...
What? It morphed again? I missed that part.
It's really... We kind of... I know that I have to do some maintenance
stuff
on what I have, and I know that you just did some...
I'm always doing maintenance,
on the buggy. And I don't know about you, Don, but maintenance sometimes is a little bit of a work. You know, it's if you approach it right.
Well, you know what, and I think that the term comes from, I think it's tread lightly. I know the first time I heard it was used with Scott Ammerman, but vehicle preservation, which talks about,
that's a good way to think of it.
Yeah, well, it talks about how you use your rig on the trails. But let's face it. I mean, if you're hitting black trails,
you're bashing shit.
You're dragging that over stuff. It's almost impossible not to. You know what I mean? At least in rigs like yours and mine.
Yeah.
And there's going to be maintenance. So, and we're kind of talking about that with the underside, the undercarriage, doing repairs and things like that. I just cut sort of a pun, but I cut a video pointing out some of the things that happened to my Jeep this summer. So I've got some corner damage because I got like a phobia of mud.
Yeah, right.
Drove it into trees rather than through mud. I have, but I do have some nothing major, nothing that's not fixable underneath.
Just some scratches.
But there's some scratches, and there's a oil pan that's going to have to be replaced, and there's probably a cross member eventually that's, if it takes a couple more shots, it's going to probably have to be replaced.
Yeah. Or it'll look like mine and just Swiss cheese and.
But you just replaced yours recently, right?
So I just did, what did I do? I did lower control arm mounts on the axle. I did transmission cross member.
What kind did you use? You got
I
a
used
heavy
the
duty.
JCR.
Did you?
Heavy duty.
Did you like that?
I love it.
Okay.
That thing's awesome. I did a transfer case skid plate. I did the exhaust cross member skid plate bar thing. Yeah, it's just like when you start beating up these vehicles, you need to start kind of doing the little bit of maintenance and stuff that needs to happen, or you end up ripping control arms off and you end up putting holes in your frame and you end up with 10 pounds of rust on your floor in your garage.
Yeah,
you really do. I mean, you got
That's what I have right now.
Starting from the front, I mean, and I suggest I'm going to do it. Everybody does it, but there's LCA reinforcement brackets that go in.
Right, for lower control arms.
Right,
Yep.
I think, where did I see it today? Poison Spider. They're on Quadratec's website.
Yep.
That cross member, the transmission cross member, I strongly recommend replacing that as soon as that's twisted up with something heavy duty. I know Poison Spider makes them, JCR makes them, a number of companies. And another thing that I really recommend is every year, like Billy said, when you get off the trail in the fall.
Doing like a you just go over it with a wire wheel.
Yep, I use a wire brush on mine, and then there's special paint out there, and you can get it at Napa, anywhere. Everybody has it. Eastwood has stuff. It's a rust inhibitor. It actually reacts with the rust.
Yep.
So you spray it on, and it actually chemically converts the rust so that the paint can stick to it.
Yeah. So rust is kind of
it's called cancer.
It really is cancer, but it's really what it is a chemical reaction that happens when
oxidization
water
of iron
and iron hang out long enough for the oxygen molecules to change over to the iron, where it becomes iron oxide or FeO2 or what I think it's FeO2.
Yeah, whatever.
But anyway, it becomes
For G
rust.
people, we don't care that much.
And
it
but it
sucks.
doesn't stop. It
doesn't
stop, and it moves like a plague through. And it in the Northeast, it's even
and it thins out metal. So when you're trying to weld again, it's super thin and it just pools.
Burns.
It just burns out, and you're trying to
Swiss cheese.
Oh no!
So that's where you get into, and it's funny because like a lot of these TJ YJ frames. It's where water sits in the frame. They actually make, and here's another tip too. I gotta look at home. I think I have some. We post it up in the show notes later, but they make a wax that it's in a spray can.
Body cavity wax.
Yeah, and you run it in the frame, and it's got like a real long plastic straw with holes sideways, like small holes
Just
sideways.
360 degree.
Right, and you spray it, pull this through the frame, and it coats the inside with wax to help cut down on the, it seals the moisture off from it.
Yeah, because those frames do have holes in them.
They do
from the factory.
Here's the problem, and they would drain if they weren't packed with mud. When they pack with mud or something like that, it holds the moisture, and then you have issues.
Well, there's chemicals in mud as well, and salt up here in the Northeast.
Yeah,
they both those things really accelerate that.
The
that
real
rust.
way to do it, would be really cool. $1 million idea. Here you
Dip
go.
the frame.
Oh, here we go.
Nope. Take a pressure washer nozzle. It's a 360 degree nozzle at the end of one of your, just a long piece that you just kind of feed through the frame, and
blow
you
it out.
Not even blow it out, but then you connect it at the other side and you pull it through, so it pulls all the way through.
Like a snake for a toilet.
Yeah, like a snake for a toilet.
Right.
A frame snake.
Frame snake.
Pressure
Oh, there we are.
washer.
That
frame
is copywritten.
Snake. Copywritten right now.
Right now.
Here you go. Don't
G-Fly
steal my
Podcast
idea.
2021.
I want at least a 20% royalty.
Oh,
so.
Yeah, all right. I'll give you 20%.
Rustol or Krylon makes a bunch of companies do.
Yeah,
make
they all
that
make
rust
that stuff.
that rust converter.
Yeah.
Krylon, but I think that sort of maintenance, and I'll be honest with you, I don't do it to that extent every year, but like every other year, I'll knock the frame down and coat it and wax, spray wax the inside. I do control arms, everything,
right?
Axle, whole 9 yards. I that's key because, like I said, all that stuff, those scrapes, the rock rash underneath, all that stuff.
Well, that scrapes
just
paint.
It just
factory
opens
paint
it up.
off, right?
Yep.
I need to do that as well. But the one thing I do is every time I get off the trail, I've got a little lawn sprinkler system that I use, and I just knock all the mud off as much as I can with it underneath there because I don't want rust, and I want to avoid it as much as possible. I know that I have some under there, but it's not in a big way. But I just want to avoid it as much as I can. Yeah. So even after a big winter storm, I go and I knock that stuff off, that salt off as much as I can.
Yeah. So at the end of usually every winter, I get my full get up on, put my hip waders on and my rain jacket and my goggles and everything. And I get under my Jeep with the pressure washer and go to town.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's where I start. Paint, everything comes off with the 3,400 PSI or whatever.
Right, right.
Knock it all off, and then I take the rattle can of, rust encapsulator.
Yep.
Go through, spray all the axles down, all the brackets, everything like that, and then it's good for another year.
Yep. I think I need to do that this fall before going into winter, just to get a kind of head start with it. So I think
it's even nicer when you have a lift.
Oh yeah, for sure. Definitely nicer when you have a lift.
And nice drains in the floor too.
Oh yeah.
Do I know a place like that?
Huh.
I'm sure you do. Get in line.
if there was only someone we knew.
Yeah.
I know, really.
That's what I do. I put it up on the lift and I get the pressure washer out and I just I have at it. I stand in the front of the Jeep and just work my way around the perimeter of it. And done.
What about tightening bolts? Is that
stupid.
something that needs to be done on a regular basis?
It's in every installation procedure printed by every suspension company.
Yeah.
And it is such bullshit. Just
CYA,
drive it till
man.
shit falls off. Don't be a pussy.
Wait, that doesn't work out well when you're at AOAA and you lose a control arm bolt, and then
right.
Or you're down in Harlan, Kentucky, and lose a control arm bolt driving down the road.
Yeah. So is that a once a year thing? Is that an every other year thing? What do you think?
When I do lifts at the school, I honestly we try and put 100 or so miles, 150 miles on it, and then recheck everything.
Yeah.
I think that's really important. I think they tell you every 500 miles. I'll be honest with you.
That's a little overkill.
Yeah,
ridiculous.
it is.
I would say
once a year.
Yeah, once a year.
Once every 6 months. Depends how much you wheel it, and it's hard to put a timeline on that.
Yeah.
It depends how much you drive the vehicle. If you're doing 4,000 or 5,000 miles in a month, you probably should do it every month.
Yeah.
But if you're, if you're like me,
every oil change, man.
That sounds like a good one there. Just go every oil change.
Just look at all of them. Check it.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
look.
Just look, yeah.
Or mark
Visual
them.
inspection, yep.
Like, straight up, do it one time, mark them all with a paint pen,
Yep.
and if anything moved, you'll know.
You'll know, right.
Easy enough.
That's good advice right there. I like that.
Paint pens.
Yeah, so you actually did some frame repair.
I straight up cut shit
You
out.
did. Yeah, just ate it out. And
7 inches of frame, just cut it out. There was a hole in it. There was multiple holes. There was a hole that a rock put in it because the rock just decided to end up in the frame.
rocks are assholes.
Yeah, they are assholes. And then I cut it all out, and then I started pulling like 10 pounds of rust and shit
Yeah.
out of the frame
PJs
rails.
are
Notorious.
yeah for that.
Yeah, and yours is not new. It's
No, it's well loved.
yeah, it
It's
is
well loved.
well loved. That's a good way to put it. So, what are some of the other things, frame and undercarriage wise, that we could do? What about those? You go through a car wash and you do undercarriage.
Yeah, that shit doesn't do anything.
That doesn't do anything for these guys, right?
No. I mean, you need some, like, if
the
you're gonna
jets
do
will take
this,
salt off.
I'm serious. This, like, my frame looks great on my JK because once a year I get, or probably twice a year I get under it and completely pressure wash the shit out of it.
Yeah. Well, you have a great attachment to your pressure washer.
Yes
that
and
you
no,
push
but I
under
mean
there
that's
and-
before I even had that.
Yeah.
I got under it and I spent the time of like going through the whole thing, making sure all the nooks and crannies, getting all the dirt out from under it.
Yeah.
You know, when you pull out of the spot, it should look like a death of a dump truck happened right there because
Right.
it's
There's a lot of dirt and stuff under
dirt,
these
mud,
Jeeps.
gunk, everything.
Yeah.
And then at the same time, when you do this, it's a good time to tighten all the bolts, check them,
Yeah,
go
you're
over
already
it,
under there.
Check U
grease
joints.
everything, check U joints, grease your ball joints, go through all your control arms if you have aftermarket control arms and grease all them. I mean,
Check
this
fluids. Like some fluid levels, you got to be under the Jeep to check it.
Yeah.
So differentials. So while you're
Yeah.
under there, check them. Transfer case. If you have a manual transmission, good time to check it. And actually check all the stuff under the hood. I mean, it all should be done on a probably more
On a
regular
regular- yeah.
basis than once a year.
Yeah.
But
and do a visual inspection of the frame.
yeah,
Go through each
Body
hole,
mounts.
make sure all the body mounts are still tight. You
Yeah.
know,
not rotted out.
and this is where we're getting to this time of the year where you need to start doing this stuff. You're wheeled for 2 or 3 months. These past couple months,
Yeah.
it's the summertime. Things start loosening up. Things start breaking. They start wearing. You might have a worn body mount. You don't even
Yeah.
know it.
Yeah, so that is a good question. So when is the right time to do it? Is it in the fall best to do it, or in the spring, or is it?
I'd say I don't
maybe a
wheel that much
combination?
in the winter, so I like to do mine like late fall, like
Right.
our last trail ride
Yeah,
in November. I'm pulling the Jeep off, and the frame's getting knocked down, the fluids are getting changed. Any big projects I want to do, I try to do then. And
Tear a whole thing apart and rebuild it.
Yeah, pretty
Yeah.
much. Roll cage,
Yeah.
LS swap it, 37s, maybe 38s.
I
Big
like
axles.
all those things. All those
bunch
things
of
are working.
aluminum shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Super swampers.
Right.
Jeez, we're just spending money left and right, aren't we? That's all right.
We always are.
We're making tons of money here.
A
The
double.
podcast that rejuvenates the economy.
Yep.
All right. So that's awesome, and I think I love how it kind of morphed out of your
yeah.
project into something that we can all kind of, because you have a very specialized rig, but it has exactly the same care and concerns that
You get
But
everybody does.
actually, his has more. I mean, he's got mechanical joints
right. True.
on it that he's got that probably need more maintenance
Yeah.
than a rubber joint. He has hubs in the front that we don't have. We've got sealed bearings. He has
exposed bearings,
Right.
and wheel bearings, and
Yeah,
I
so
broke a caliper, and no, I broke a brake
A
pad.
brake pad.
Have you ever seen that? A brake
Yes.
pad cracked in half, just in the metal though. It's not all the way through the pad.
Like
and
the
all.
front half moves and the back does not. Is so weird. Well, you've
I've
probably-
seen
you've probably-
I've
you've probably
I've seen
it.
one in a tire already. I'm not kidding you.
Really?
Yeah, I had a customer come in with a hole in their sidewall. You know what was in there? Their brake pad. Somehow it came out the front and ended up in the back of the tire.
Wow.
Back tire. Yeah.
So it was the front.
I have
it was
a
the
picture.
front-
Yeah, I have a picture of it. I'll have to dig it up.
That's nuts. So if you have a tip,
Although my pinion angle right now, because I took the control arm out, is perfect.
Set it
Except the axle sideways.
oh right.
So I got to pull it all back together.
So you've got a tip for maintaining your Jeep, or you want to take a picture of yourself maintaining it. Make sure to tag us.
Yeah.
And where can they find us to do all that?
Well, I don't know how to start this one off because nobody's subscribing anymore.
Yeah, they need to. Don't make me get.
Like, what the hell?
Yeah, don't make me get mad.
So first, head over to our link tree. You know what? Screw that. Don't go to our link tree.
You know
Go
what?
straight to YouTube.
So let's just talk real quick about some of the stuff that we've recently put on YouTube. You've got a whole bunch of stuff from the Mischief Maker weekend.
We got Mischief Maker weekend, Jeep Invasion weekend.
Yep.
I'm filming a video right now of frame repair stuff.
Yep.
Of using CAD, aka cardboard aided design.
Cardboard aided.
I love
You
it.
like that? We have PA all breeds. We've been doing so much lives right now that from being out on the course at PA all breeds to wheeling it with Holly. That was 5 videos that went up
we had
in a matter of
Alpine.
2 weeks. Alpine videos, they just got released. Another Alpine video of their booth. We have so much content going on YouTube
we have
right
more
now.
coming out. So we've got some stuff. We got a short coming out of Go Mammoth.
Oh yeah, right.
So these guys, I got a short of that, and we have some audio stuff that has to be put out from ADK yet.
Yeah.
And some stuff from there that'll probably end up on YouTube. So plenty of great content. There's something there for everyone. You want technical stuff? We've got technical stuff. You want some drama in your life? We've got Billy trying his best to break his buggy. Or Terry and I driving over rocks that we shouldn't be to keep up with Billy's buggy.
Right.
So
and also,
there's all kinds of stuff there.
Subscribe 100%. But if you're looking to support the podcast even more and get extra content of, Don's Jeep and some extra stuff like that and
so
extra
we got a
wheeling
Patreon
videos.
only video that is going up. Sort of a pun on stuff. Well, you have to.
Well, there's a lot of
join
videos.
Patreon.
We release most of our videos first
on Patreon.
Yep.
Yeah, I want to take care of those people.
Yep. So we're going to be starting to do that a lot more. There's a lot more videos and content going on Patreon. So yeah, we're starting a new series too. I think it's going to be Driveway Mechanic 2.0 with Billy.
Oh,
nice.
Oh,
so I'm just going to start recording me working in the garage and
vlogging.
Good luck, people.
Good luck. Keep
you
up.
You might catch some weird stuff. I might chop a finger off. Who knows? No, I'm not. I'm going to keep all 10 fingers and 9
digits.
toes.
Let's keep the digits.
You didn't catch that, did you?
Yeah.
Okay.
9 toes.
9 toes.
That means he's lucky.
Yeah. Right.
1 eye, 1 ear, and half a smile, and they call me lucky.
That's better than Purple People Eater.
All right, guys. So head over to YouTube, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell, stay up to date with all of our notifications. Obviously, if you're on Facebook, hit that like and follow button. It really helps us out. And
it certainly
Patreon,
does.
Obviously.
Yeah, on Patreon.
$3, $5, $10 a month. We're working on the Supercharger 392 Zumba Doomba Extra Large Mocha Grande, whatever. I don't know.
I think you just named it.
Yep.
When I go back and edit this, I'm gonna have to pull that out.
You're gonna have to That's long.
It is long.
Name of the episode.
Yeah, exactly. But get on there. Tell your friends. I mean, we're the fastest growing Jeep podcast in the country.
Absolutely.
And we love that. But tell your friends. Let's grow even more. The more followers, more supporters we have, the more stuff we can do, and it forces us to do even more. And at some point, we're going to need to take a nap. But until that point, just keep doing it. We'll keep delivering some great content. So,
I got a question to answer after this for Troy.
All right, when we break up, we'll answer that question when we get off air. But for now, for Don, Bill, myself, here's a big Jeep wave to you. Have a good night, everybody. Whew.
We done?
We're done.
So Troy, your rear brake calipers are not releasing completely. I'll drop my TJ off Billy. What?
I don't know.
What am I chopping?
But
up?
what about Troy's?
Oh, does
break
Mike
out?
need framework? Is that what he's trying to say?
It might be. It might be.
Because I'm running out of steel right now. So his rear brake calipers not releasing completely and toasted his rear brake pads. Is it both or?
It's a 2017. It's new to him, relatively new to him. What do you think?
So both right and left side, or just?
I don't know. It just says it's on the comments.
Still on there yet?
Troy, is that both rear? Both. He says.
Both.
Both left and right side.
Yeah.
Could it be the rear, the front and rear?
It's not okay. So. How many miles are on it, Troy?
Yeah, Mike, you will need some framework. Don't worry. As I'm discovering.
Yeah.
Or just replacing my frame slowly but surely by boxing it out with sheets with steel stock. 221,000.
Oh, 22K.
Oh, 22K. I thought it was 221,000.
And a 17.
I mean, that's
I mean,
possible.
he does drive his Jeep quite a bit, but
Well, ironically, rear brakes for whatever reason seem to actually, at least for me and every Jeep
Yeah.
I've ever owned,
they go
JKs,
first.
The rears go first.
Yeah, which doesn't make sense because all
Yeah.
the stopping
I think
should
they're
be on the
small.
front.
But now I'm just
Maybe.
looking to see if it uses a metering valve or okay. We'll get back to him. I got to do some research because it could have. There could be a.
All right, Troy, we'll research that and get back to you.
And Mike, I charge by the hour for framework.
Yeah,
I don't mind doing it, but I do charge.
we'll need to source some steel too.
That's not a problem. I can get the
There's plenty
steel.
of street signs out front.
It's true.
No, we're not talking street signs. We're talking heavy duty stuff.
You weld 2 or 3 of them together. Nothing cooler when you flip your
Strength
Jeep and
and
it's
number.
like stop North Elm Street, one way.
I love it. All right, guys, thanks a lot for hanging out with us tonight. Remember to get your sunshade. Email us. That's all you have to do. Easy. All right. See you, everybody.